and learning the client's goals and the family needs. So I like that a lot.
Good, good, good. I feel like we don't, I feel like, and this is actually not a feeling, it's probably the truth, that we sometimes are so excited about going through the spreadsheets and this and that, that we're not getting to the point of like getting them to become a client. Like that's the most important thing, because then it goes from their head to their heart. Now they're starting to believe. Now they're locked in. Now they're, you know what I mean? Like there's so much more that we're kind of missing that when they have the ownership of it. And we're kind of talking about all these other, you can now start sending you referrals.
Yeah.
So you have to think about like, how can they get there, right? Like what's going to give them the key to doing that?
Mike, I know we're doing onboarding too. I don't want to tie this up, but I think this is important to highlight. The other thing you did really well in sale, like closing skills, is you still closed me, but you took all the pressure off. It's my decision now. Of course I would. I was like, I gotta talk to Maria. Like, yeah, I mean, of course you would, but hey, if it made sense, we were in your budget, da 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 da. Like you still got my agreement, but I didn't feel pressured at all. I think that's closing skill 101. Like that was smooth.
You got it. You got it. All right. Good stuff, guys. Well, we're going to start. You ready, Mark?
Yes, sir.
So, guys, in onboarding two, there's a couple things that are part of onboarding two that make it you actually complete. Remember, onboarding one, you have an application teed up and you take the application. That's when it's complete. And then you said onboarding two, right? Like that's very, very, very important. Onboarding two, the top priority is that you're building a list and you're making calls. Like I know this isn't happening. I know most people aren't doing it. RJ is actually going to do a whole class on making the calls. I remember sitting with RJ on a Saturday afternoon in his home in Nashville, and he's calling for one of his agents. They're not even there. He called and set 14 appointments for this person. Like, hey, Annalise, you know your friend Valentina just got a license, right? Well, she gave me your number. She mentioned you might be able to help her out with her training. You'd help her out, right? Yeah, yeah. And you know what I mean? It's like she's excited. She's in a training program and needs your help, right? She needs to do 10 of these training appointments so she can start working a little bit more independently and get promoted. When can we hop on a Zoom really quick and do that? And that's literally like that's all we're doing. So I want you guys like my buddy Yariv. You guys know who Yariv is, right? He's a senior partner. Like, dude, this guy's making the calls without the person. You can make them with the person, without the person. Like it doesn't matter, right? I want them to feel good about it, right? And even if someone's super busy at work, leverage the fact that you can do it for them. Like our phone zone doesn't mean you need to go out and buy $1,000 worth of leads. If you're collecting a top 25 or 50 list, that's your calls. You get it? That's your calls, right? I'm excited. I'm in training. I need your help. Hey, Todd, I'm here with your buddy Mark. He's excited because he's in a training program and needs just a little bit of help. He mentioned you'd help him out. Is that true?
That's true.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, Todd, but Mark and I mean, he was a little nervous to call you, but he knew that you would really help him out, right? He just got his license. He's excited. He wants you to see what we're doing, only to send referrals down the road if you see that there's something that we're doing that helps other people. Does that sound fair? Awesome. Boom. Done, done, done. Right? I mean, you guys see what I'm saying? Like you can do that with the person can do it themselves. You can do it together, or you can do it without them. Right? So literally that ethos script is the same darn thing every single way you do it. Right? Every single way you do it. I like to pass the phone. Hey, Mark, be excited. Tell me you're excited. Then say, here's Michael, right? And I'll jump in. I'll be like, hey, Isaac, I'm sorry, man. Didn't mean to like bomb on you here the first time. But Mark and I have been talking because he just got started with our firm. He's excited. He's a training, needs our help. He mentioned you could help him out, right? You guys see what I'm saying? Like, that's all I do. It's that simple, right? And it's not weird. I'm like, hey, Isaac, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to like bug you or anything, but he was so excited that he wanted to get this going. You mentioned you could help him out. You'd help him out, right? Boom. And then you just go right into it. Same thing. So I'm debating this, guys, and I'll just share out loud because I haven't put a final, but this tracker is awesome. It's great. We're going to have it in Teva literally within weeks, it's going to be in Teva. But it's definitely take a minute and go through with people. I would focus on the system part. Once again, this is in Teva. So not all of this is overwhelming, but hey, Mark, this is how I'm going to track your business. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I'm going to help guide you through this here It's on our technology platform. The ones we want to focus on is getting some field trainings. So as we go through this presentation today, Mark, all I want you to do is open this up on your screen and put in their first name. Does that sound fair? If you know their last name, great. You know, if you want to put any notes, awesome. But all I want you to do is put in their first name. Okay, can you open that up real quick? Awesome, thank you, thank you. So I actually, it's shared with me, so I'm on it too. So if I hear you mention any names, I can just go ahead and plug it in, right? But the reality is that today, I want to help you set up your marketing plan. So would you agree, Mark, every successful business in America needs a business plan, a marketing plan, and a financial plan, right?
They do.
Every business. So let me ask you a question, because I know that when you got started, you already had a license, right? Now, a lot of the people, a lot of the products and services we offer, most licensed people don't have it to offer. You obviously, you saw that in our last meeting, right? You couldn't do annuities and rollovers and IULs. So those are things that we can do. Okay, so I know that you've already worked with people that have that you were licensed already, but what I want to do is help you reintroduce this to them. Okay, so we're not going to sell anything. We're not going to recruit anybody, anything like that. All we want to do, once again, is get the information out there so they know you're the go-to person. And I'm going to make sure that myself or that other trainer, we're putting our best foot forward for you. Does that sound fair? Right. So now, Mark, if you don't want to build a list, that's okay. But let me ask you a question. Do you have $500 to $1,000 a week to invest in leads?
I don't.
Okay. So you can agree, like, this business is about talking to people and helping solve problems, right?
It is.
So one way or another, and the beautiful thing, Mark, is that we have a hybrid business model. So we do both, right? We can help your family and we can help with leads, right? But one way or another, you have to find people to talk to, right?
Yes.
So wouldn't it make sense that after you were so impressed with what we saw the other day, that we should at least share the information with the people you know and love?
Oh, absolutely. Sure. For sure.
And Mark, I just want you to feel comfortable with it. I don't want to have you do anything you don't want to do. I want you to feel good about it. Our company has over a 90% retention rate, which is unheard of in our industry. It means over 9 out of 10 people keep our products because we have the best products out there, right? So I want you to have clients for life. I want them to be sending you referrals for the next 50 years. I want you to build a huge business. Let me ask you another question, Mark, too, because I'm just curious on this. Did you get involved in this business to get rich off your friends and family?
No,
probably not, right?
No.
Probably not, right? But
No.
it's going to be a good training ground for you because these people are people who know you, they love you, they trust you. My job is to make sure that they still know you, love you, and trust you after we're done, but they still are able to think of you at top of mind if any of these things come up that they can send you people. Does that sound fair?
It does. Thank you.
So whenever I ask a question, you guys see how I answered the question before you did? Like, I'm going to keep the control and flow and everything, right? Like, keep it going. So today, Mark, we're going to talk about two important things. Number one is building the marketing plan, but also setting up a grand opening. So if we were to sit down with 10 people, Mark, it's anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, but let's say it's an hour, right? Because sometimes they go an hour. So if we were sitting down with 10 people, that would be 10 hours, right? And I know
Right.
You're super, super busy and you have your job, but what if we could see those same 10 people have the same impact, but do it in 30 minutes for all 10 of them?
Well, that'd be great.
I'm not saying all 10 of them meet for 30 minutes each. I'm saying all 10 of them can meet in the same 30 minutes.
Oh, right.
Right. So we just
Right.
saved you 9.5 hours, right? Does that make sense? So
That's pretty great. Yeah, that's great.
these things called a grand opening. Just like, if you have, how like new businesses have ribbon cuttings, like my buddy opened a restaurant and we got to try the food for free. Same idea here. You're now opening your own financial company. And all you want to do, Mark, is just get the word out there so people can come and check it out. That's it. There's no other agenda, nothing to buy, nothing to join. We just want to show them. But what's going to happen, Mark, is that we're going to put our best foot forward, and probably half of those people are going to want to know more, if not more than that. Okay, so we're going to put our best foot forward for here. So make sure you have that sheet out. So let me talk about the 5 F's really quick, because if you really understand what we do, doing the right thing, that's really in alignment with those 5 F's. And I know, Mark, you said earlier that you wanted to work with people who have integrity, right? You want to make sure you're doing the right thing for your family. And that's probably why you weren't able to share some of the products before, is that they maybe weren't right for your family. Is that right?
I think so.
So we're really big believers, the 5Fs, faith, family, finance, fitness, fun. We want you to be fulfilled in this business, Mark. We want you to be financially free and independent. But once again, as I said before, you just got to meet us halfway, right? We're going to help you do a lot of the heavy lifting. In fact, I don't want you doing anything on your own while you start the first 30 days. Now, I'm not going to stop you if you do, but the reason I don't want you doing it on your own is I want to make sure we're putting our best message forward for people, so you know exactly what to say so we can get the best first impression. Do you agree first impressions are everything?
They are.
Absolutely, right? So we want to make sure you do that. But Mark, this is more than a business. I hope we get to really do some big things together and travel the world. And, one of my business partners said in the very beginning, you're one recruit away from an explosion. I sat down in my first week for my field training, just like you're going to do. I put a bunch of people in front of them, and a whole bunch of people joined my team, and we were able to help clients. And the cool thing is that those clients I helped 13 years ago are still clients today. How awesome is that?
That's
right.
pretty
So
awesome.
make sure that everything's working great. So we went through that client experience. I know we found a policy for your family. Congratulations on implementing that, right? And I know we need to sit down with Suzanne and the boys, and we want to make sure that they get things started. But that first policy, Mark, goes towards your first promotion, right? That 3 and 3 we talked about. I know you have your license already knocked out, so that's good. All your stuff's back office is done with Fernanda. Now we want to make sure we get the rest of that promotion knocked out. And we're going to do that through that phase 2 called field training. Okay. So we're going to help you put together a marketing plan. Some of these people we're going to meet one-on-one. Some of them are going to come to a group setting. But ultimately, enough people are going to want to know more about what you do, and that's going to help you get your first promotion and make your first $1,000 by hosting that grand opening. So once again, just like the ribbon cutting, just like getting free food at your buddy's restaurant when they open, we were just getting the word out there for everybody. And guess what, Mark? It's free. It's free. We just have to invest a little bit of time together, okay? And it's free. So the outcome of this phase, Mark, is we want you to become a certified field trainer. This doesn't mean you know everything. It means you know enough to be dangerous, that you can actually have that first presentation to share who you are, who we are as a company, how we help families, and maybe uncover some of those needs. And then you can bring that information back to the other field trainers like myself, the senior trainers, and we can help you put together a really good plan for families. So you don't have to know the end of the book or the end of the story. You just need to know how to get through some of those first discovery questions, which we shared with you. They're on the screen. Ultimately, we want you to make your first $50,000 and then make your first your $100,000 here, which I know will help you replace most of your income. But how nice would it be, Mark? We've actually had people in our firm make $50,000 and $100,000 part-time. In fact, we have this guy, Adam, on our team. All he does is refer people, and he made $50,000 this last 12 months. That's a true story, guys. You should tell everybody that. Adam made $50,000 referring people the last 12 months. 100% accurate. All right.
Wow.
We have people here part-time making an extra $10,000 a month. So, Mark, we're going to help you with that. Ultimately, we want you to become a broker, because that's our first level of ownership, as quickly as possible. So when I started in business, they said, become a broker as fast as you can, so you can promote brokers as fast as you can. Just like open up your first McDonald's so you can open up multiple franchises. Does that make sense? So we're going to help you. And guys, we should be talking about this at the very beginning, right? At square one, get to broker, right? I don't know why we're not talking about it. That's my fault, right? But we should be talking about it like crazy. So a couple things you'll need to learn. Number one is our onboarding process. That's what we're doing right now, Mark. We did your orientation 1. Now we're doing your orientation 2 and getting you onboarded. Now we have 5 people on staff taking care of all of back office stuff. So anybody you bring on board should have a great experience. And guess what? You can take that weight off your shoulders, that you have a whole team helping you and supporting you. Okay. Number 2 is our system, right? We're helping you to learn our system. And that's including what we're going to go over today and building that marketing plan, right? As if you follow the system stands for Save Yourself Time, Energy, and Money. See that? SYSTEM. Save yourself time, energy, and money, right? Why? Because if you run the system properly, the business will run itself. So we just have to get you to that stage where you can build it big enough where the system starts running the business, not Mark. right? We take the personality out of this because we have people that are running the system, okay? We need to learn the client presentation. So what are the basics we need to do to have that conversation and uncover needs for our clients? 3 skills that are important in this business are people skills, sales skills, and leadership, okay? Now, I'm assuming, Mark, you're a great guy. You have some awesome sales skills, but I know you've been an attorney the last 20 plus years. I'm sure you know how to sell or close, right? But it hasn't been financial products. These are different, right? These are not always, these are not tangible items, right? Sometimes it's not, it's something that's foreign. There needs to be a lot of education. Then also leadership. I know you've trained people in the past, but being a leader is different than being a manager. So those are things that we're going to help you focus on when you do that. And then our 5 core products that we went over the other day, right? Don't worry, we're with you the whole entire process to help you learn the basics. But Mark, most of our clients need the same things. So the good news is that the system's repetitive. The good news is a lot of our clients need a lot of the same products. So you don't need to learn everything about everything. You're going to learn as you go, and you're going to earn as you go. Okay. So Mark, if you own that McDonald's, right, can you run it on your own? The drive-through, the cashier, the fryer, right? No, probably not, right? So
Not very likely.
You need
Not
a team.
likely.
You need a team. That's why we're here to build a team. So you can have a team that you're all out doing it. They say a team stands for together, everybody achieves more. So we're all working together. We're helping each other out. It's okay to find people better than you, right? That's not a bad thing because we want to have the best people that we can have involved in our business. But ultimately, we want you to become an agency owner, okay? So obviously, we're here to help people run an agency so they can run it on their own. But you can't run an agency on your own. You need a team to help you with that, right? So we're going to help show you how to do that. What I did is when my trainers were helping me, I just copy and paste. What do? They do it, I do it. They do it, I do it. They do it, I do it, right? We have a lot of great Zoom trainings on leadership. We have a retreat to Nashville. We're taking a bunch of our top brokers on soon. Very, very exciting. But we want you to be able to learn this business so you can learn how to build something for your family. Can you imagine, Mark, if something were to happen to you, God forbid, tomorrow, would your job income stream still go to your family?
No.
No, it would stop, right? Your family might get the death benefit, right? Whatever you have at work. Well, here in our business, if you build it big enough, right, you're passing on an income stream that your family can inherit. Something you can be proud of, right? Something that you can feel good about to take care of your family and kids. So that's what we're here to do, is help you become an agency owner as quickly as possible. Now, most people can get it done in 6 to 12 months. You know, with some of the skills that you talked about having, you know, your MBA, law degree, experience in corporate America, working with people. Like I see you as somebody that I'd really want to help get there a little bit faster, right? But one of the key components, Mark, of doing this is to build a team. All right, so we want to help you with that. Don't worry. You don't need to know how to do it. You just need to know that you're around people who know how to do it. Does that make sense? Awesome. So now, every time you increase the licenses that you have on your team, you're increasing your income. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all of this, but imagine having a $30 million company. Can you imagine having a $30 million company? You can do that here, right? Imagine having a $300 million company. So the bigger that you grow your licensed field force, the more people you'll have in your agency, the more business, the more income you can grow, right? So just to give you an example, if you had 100 people licensed on your team, that's an extra $500,000 next year passive income. Okay. Every 10 new people added and licensed to your team is almost a 6-figure income increase, right? So we want to help you grow your business and grow your team, right? So you're able to have financial freedom and build a huge agency. 1 second, guys. All right, cool. All right. Oops. So I also want to give you the expectations, Mark. Have you ever had any sales or entrepreneurship opportunities in your past?
Oh, not a whole lot. No.
Not a lot? Okay. So you know how in your job, you're kind of 9 to 5? Well, we're here. I mean, we're available when our clients are available, but it's also a numbers game. So Mark, I just want to share this with you to give you the right expectation on what it really takes. Now, in the beginning, when we're working with people, family and friends, majority of them are going to say yes and want to know more or might need something. But if you look over the course of your business, there's some good numbers to understand. It's called 10-6-3-1. Okay. So if I call 100 people, 60 people are going to answer. Okay. So about 60% are going to answer. Out of those 60 people, half of them are going to do an interview or a presentation. Okay. And out of those 30 people that do that, 10 or more are going to want to work with us or something with us. Okay. Now, sometimes these numbers are a little bit better. Sometimes they're a little bit less, but this is kind of the average over the years. So if we talk to 100 people, we're going to get 10 solid clients. But let me tell you something, Mark, those 10 solid clients or business partners could yield a 6-figure income. Because we're in the financial industry, we're in the highest paid industry in the world, right? So the good news is that you don't need everybody in the world to say yes. You just need a few people. And our job is, once again, to help you get to those few people that need help and make sure to take care of them. And sometimes, Mark, a no doesn't mean, it just means not now, right? Because they still need something, but maybe in a few months. So the good news is that we're going to get the word out there to at least 100 people that you know, so you can be that go-to person for all of your friends and your family. All right. So we can get clients in 3 different ways. Number one is we can go out and field train, right? We can make sure to field train them and show them all of our products and services and do a needs analysis and help them fill those needs, right? Number 2 is we can call leads. Okay. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're going to call leads, anyone in this industry is going to tell you minimum $500 a week. Minimum. Okay. That's the minimum. In fact, $500 a week is probably going to get you, about 55 leads. Now, if we're running the numbers, 55 probably is enough, because we just showed you out of 100, 10 people are going to do something, right? Right, Mark? Right. Okay, awesome. So the leads part, right? If you choose that path, you need to understand that it's going to take at least a $500 a week minimum investment to do that. Okay. And reinvesting, how most people, when they start a business, the first 4 to 5 years or 3 to 5 years, they're reinvesting in their business, right? They're taking a little profit to live on and they're reinvesting in their business. Same thing here. Okay. Or you can collect referrals. So you should be getting referrals from the people you help with as leads or the people you help in field training. The beautiful thing, Mark, as I mentioned before, is we're a hybrid business model. So we can be doing both. We are using all ways that we can to keep your calendar full as quickly as we can. But what I would recommend is when you make those first few paychecks, make sure you're keeping in mind to reinvest in your business so you can grow it faster. Does that make sense? So remember, keep your job. Don't quit your day job. Don't quit your income. Keep the flow coming in now. Keep the pressure off you and Suzanne. But let's make sure that you're able to carve out those hours that you can't do this part-time, and then let's save that money so we can help you go full-time down the road or reinvest in your business or both. All right. So there's 5 different markets that we can work in right now. So I'm going to have you grab your phone in a minute, right? But number 1 is leads. These are people raising their hand saying, I need help, right? And you call them and you say, how can I help you, right? It's a little bit more to it than that, but pretty much that's what it is. Next is your warm market. These are your friends and family, the people that you know. So who do you know? Who do you know from your job? Who do you know from church? Who do you know from maybe going to college, maybe your fraternity, maybe your neighborhood, maybe a social group, maybe baseball, whatever that is, right? Next is your natural market, Mark. So who are the people that you may not know that well, but their kids play baseball with your kids, right? Or they're also an attorney, or they also live in your neighborhood, or they're also a triathlete. That's called a natural market because you have something in common. You have that common bond, which makes it easier to have that conversation. Okay. Next is prospecting. We can prospect where we go. You can do it on social media. Everywhere I go, I'm asking for names and numbers. I'm meeting new people, right? Or you can ask for referrals. Who do they know, right? Who do they know? So these are 5 different markets that you can work within and you can get new people to talk to. And what we're going to do is we're going to teach you each market in each way that we can be effective in those markets as we grow. All right. Sound good? Awesome. So we went over these products the other day. Okay. So these are the 5 products that we need to know about. Now, once again, Mark, you don't need to know everything about everything. but let's talk conceptually about how we help people. Number one is the family bank. We help people save money tax-free. Number two is living benefits, right? We help make sure that people have dignity. They can get protected if anything happens health-related or they pass away. Now they can get that huge check tax-free. Final expense, they don't want to be a burden on their family, but they need to save a little bit of extra money for that. Maybe the $1 million baby, they want to send their kids to college or help them start off their life, or that index annuity where they can get guaranteed income. So all those people, who have got a new job, have old retirement accounts, they want to get guarantees on their money, right? Those are the categories. So tax-free, living benefits, not being a burden on your family, sending your kids to college, and then guaranteeing and protecting your income for life. Sounds pretty simple, right? So once again, you don't need to learn everything about everything. I want you to understand the concepts of how we're helping them. And then when those people say, yes, Mark, I want help, we're going to gather a little bit of information. We're going to go back to the drawing board, put together a plan. And Mark, here's the secret. That's when you're really going to learn about how we do what we do. You're never going to read it in a book or watch it in a movie. It's those hand-to-hand interactive conversations. And then as a trainer, I'm going to help you figure out the best solution for them. And we're going to work on that together. Okay. So once again, you don't need to know everything about everything, but let me give you an idea about how the income works. Okay. So Mark, if I help someone save $500 a month, okay. So once again, we're reallocating some funds from savings. Maybe we're reallocating some 401k money. Maybe they have money they're putting in the bank, whatever that is. At your current level, Mark, if you help one person save $500 a month, that's about a $2,400 check. Not bad, right? That's almost $29,000 a year just doing one a month. Okay. Now, if you get promoted, obviously you're going to earn more money. So we want to get you promoted as fast as possible. That's an extra $600. Okay. Now, Mark, I'm only talking about helping one family. You can do that every week, right? If you're helping one family every week and you get that first promotion, that's $12,000 a month. Could that help you leave your job or save extra money? That's just one. That's just one, right? So once again, we're here to help you through that. I just wanted to give you an idea. And by the way, as you get promoted, look at that right-hand side column. Those are the overrides that you get. Those are the overrides. So Mark, if you were at a 70% contract and you're helping a brand new person, that's an $1,800 override.
Mhm.
That awesome? Like, that's great. Say it with me, override.
Override.
Feels
Override.
good, right? So we help you build a business, right? Just like your boss at the law firm's overriding you, right? But you have no opportunity to override anybody else. You can build a team to get overrides, but then they can build a team to get overrides. It's called a win-win scenario. All right. Now, if we help somebody roll over $250,000, right, as a brand new person, brand new in the field, right, you're going to make $7,000. Now, it takes a couple hours to do this, right? You're going to need some help doing the first few of them, but we're rolling over their money, protecting it, giving them guarantees. And by the way, Mark, you'll make $7,000 as a brand new person, and I want you to get paid more. I want to get you promoted to get paid more, right? Just for the record, I want you to get paid more, right? But not a penny of that money's coming out of your client's pocket. Okay, so you're able to earn $7,000. Once again, you do that once a month, right? That's $83,000 a year. Not a bad start for doing one a month, right? Not including any of the other products that we have. Okay, so we have world-class compensation. And as you're building your agency, right, you can see how the money's made here, right? We help people, we solve their problems. We can help you. If you helped one family a week as a broker, that's over $250,000 a year, right? And if you help you build an agency of just 6 agents, and they're all helping one family save $500 a month every single week, that's $1 million income. Now, is your current position at your job showing you how to make $1 million a year? Probably not, right? I know mine wasn't. Mine certainly wasn't. So I want you to get excited, Mark, that we're helping families. We're putting them in a great situation, right? We have the best products available. We have the highest paid industry in the world, right? We have an incredible system to help them. So part of what we're going to do, Mark, is when we make these introductions, we have this little script called Ethor. Okay. And there's a lot of script here, but let me simplify it. Say this with me. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm in a training program
I'm in a training program.
and I need your help.
I need your help.
You'd help me out, right?
I would.
So say it with
I'll
me.
definitely help you out.
Say it with me. You'd help me out, right?
Yeah.
You'd help me out, right? Just say it. Say it. You'd help me out, right?
You help me out, right?
Awesome. Awesome. There you go. I want to get your opinion on what I'm doing.
I want to get your opinion on what we're doing,
So you can send me some referrals.
so you can send me some referrals.
Mark, does that sound pretty easy? So I know you haven't done it yet. Let's practice it one more time. Just repeat after me. Hey, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm in a training program
I'm in a training program.
and I need your help.
I need your help.
You'd help me out, right?
You'd help me out, right?
Awesome. I wanted to get your opinion on what I'm doing
I wanted to get your opinion on what I'm doing,
so you can send me some referrals down the road.
so that you can send me some referrals down the road.
That's it. So Mark, when we use this script, most people in your warm market are going to want to help you, right? Hopefully you don't owe them all money, right? I joke around. Hopefully, I'm joking, you don't. But if they know you and they trust you, they're going to want to help you. And I'm going to be there helping you with these phone calls just to get the word out there. Once again, you can invest thousands of dollars in leads, or we can go out there and share this for free. Which would you prefer?
I like the free option.
The free option. Let's at least give it a shot, right? Like, what's the risk? No risk, right? By the way, you mentioned that you helped some of these people with other products at your last company. Guess what? We have better products and we might be able to upgrade some or improve situations on products that you weren't able to offer. But worst case scenario, Mark, all we want to do is get the word out there. Does that sound fair? We just want to get the word out. Awesome. So we also have a hot market referral script. I'm not going to get into this right now, guys, for the sake of time, but I'll go over the referral script with them. But ultimately, Mark, we want to get you to your grand opening. Okay, so we have a little SOP here. So what we do, Mark, once again, as I mentioned in our last meeting, is that we're setting up a time where we get as many people on. We actually have this young guy on. He's in the Air Force Reserves. He's not married. He's like young 20s. He had 45 people on his grand opening. And we just called people and invited them. They said, yeah, we want to help you out. You're a good guy, right? Do you think you could beat his record, 45 people? I mean, he's only 23. You got like more years of experience in corporate America. You give us like, Mark, you could do better than that, right? Come on. You have like at least 100. So, hey.
We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go.
Give it a shot, right? So we're going to make a really nice professional looking flyer, right, that we can send out to people. Typically, Mark, it's Monday night. So typically I say, let's do it either next Tuesday or the following Saturday. So we give ourselves at least a week to plan. Does that sound fair? So
That'd
which
be
would
great.
work better for you, Tuesday evenings or Saturday mornings?
Tuesday evenings are great.
Perfect. You know what, man? I'm super excited. Mark, if you get at least 25 people there confirmed, I'll do it for you. Does that sound good?
Wow.
I'll do it for you, man. Co-founder of the company, happy to help you, right? Help tens of thousands of families, right? So here's a little script that we have about our grand opening, which once again, we're going to get back to this because I'm going to be helping you with the grand opening. So once again, as I shared earlier, I don't expect you to know how to do everything on your own. We're going to be doing it together, setting up a couple times, making the calls, making the introductions, making the invitations. Basically, I'm going to do all the work for you, Mark, and I'm going to give you all the credit. How's that sound?
I like it.
Really good.
I like it.
I want to make it easy for you. I want you to have a great experience, right? And I want your people to have a great experience as well. So we have a little SOP, standard operating procedure. We'll go over that for our grand opening. We'll get back to that. But before we get into all of that, I want to start with the foundation, Mark, which we talked about is that marketing plan, is putting together that list. So when I started, I had a list of people from church, guys I hung out with, that we did like date nights with other couples, people I met at the chamber, people I met from BNI groups, people I knew from my job. And I literally just got in front of as many people as I can. And I basically used the same script that you saw there. I'm excited. I'm in training and I need your help. At that point, Mark, I was opening up an office So I said, hey, I'm opening up an office. And they're all like, wow, that's crazy. And I was like, I just want you to check it out. So Mark, do me a favor, pull up that tracker real quick.
Okay.
And all I want you to do is put in their name. We're going to kind of do this fast. I'm going to do about 5 minutes here. I don't need every bit of their information, maybe first and last name. I don't need a phone number at all. Okay. But I'm going to go through a little memory jogger with you right now. And I want you to fill out as many as you can. Now, the record in 5 minutes, Mark, has been 107. Do you want to try to beat the record tonight?
I'm feeling pretty competitive tonight. I
Let's
don't know if I can get up there. I don't know if I can get up there, man. We'll go for it.
Let's just do the best you can, right?
All right.
Sound good? Awesome.
All right.
Good. So pause. What everybody's doing is they're going through, here's what we do, and then no one's building a list. Isaac, Jerry, Todd, what could I have done better?
I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here.
Go for it, please.
So obviously simplify to multiply, like you're awesome. But one of the things I was thinking sometimes is like someone saying like, man, Michael's amazing, but I could never do this. You know what I mean? Like we used to do the baseball example, the restaurant example, show a little bit of the commission and then make a list. So I don't know. That was just
Why don't
my
we
thing.
put those together, Isaac? Because you've been saying that forever. Let's just put those together and put them in here.
Yeah, that's all. But I mean, you did
Yeah.
awesome. But I'm just saying, like maybe just simpler and like
I
just
was
kind of
going through some of those slides and I went through them a long time ago. I didn't practice this before. I'm going to take a few of them out and make it even shorter because the number one thing, and I like that, Isaac. Let's do that 100%. I'll put that on you. We put those together. We'll put them in here because I agree with you 100%. Even the four wheels
Yeah,
on
for
the
sure.
car, right? The race car.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
but the whole idea here, guys, is to get them feel good about the system, like where they're going, reiterate how we help people, how you make a little bit of money, and then the number one time spent here is building the list together. So I even had a lady like, I don't know anybody. I kept, well, who do you know? Who's your neighbor? Like, who do you work with at your job? Who do your kids go to school with? Right? Just write their first name down. That's all. Right? And I just kept going. I don't know anybody. I just kept going until they started writing people's names down. Like, I'm not going to listen to them. I know that's like an extreme because most people do want to help them. Jerry, what else could I have done better there? Or what else can we do better on this one? I really wanted to go over the flow. We could tighten it up, but I really wanted the emphasis to be like, we got to get to building the list together right away.
I would just on the same topic about, just really emphasizing getting names, just really getting names on the list. The only thing just thinking of things we've asked people before is, is finding out like, well, what's their availability? Are there any things throughout the week that is pulling them away or that, they can't commit to? Because one of the things that I would want to know is like, can this person show up to training on Tuesday nights? Can this person show up to any of the other trainings that we have throughout the week so I can get them plugging in ASAP? If they're off on Wednesdays and Thursdays, for example, making sure that they can plug into as many of those trainings as possible and making sure they know about, the Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, the BPM, so like, look, if your schedule's tight, then let's get as many people as possible to that Tuesday night, and we're going to help you move your business faster, right? So, what's your schedule? Here's a schedule of our trainings. Here's how you can leverage our time so that your business can be working while you might be working your 9 to 5 or your 40-hour job. Here's some ways that we can leverage the time. And what was the other thing?
I think we could make a whole slide on that, Jerry. I took out one already that I was like, why is this in here? I didn't remember it was in there. But maybe that could be the precursor to like building the list as the time available.
Yeah, sometimes we hear people say, well, I don't know if I can do this, or I don't know how effective I'll be able to do this because I don't have that much time, right? But then if we can show them that we can leverage, with all these different things that we have, I think that helps people understand that this is not it's not golf, it's a team sport.
Right.
One of the things that I found helpful for building the list, and then Levi kind of confirmed in Maryland and on the call I had with him, was build a list, build a top three and build a 10. You can eat an elephant if you eat them one bite at a time. So Jermaine had a really strong grand opening. One, he was a willing participant, right? Like if we're being honest, because it's frontline here, he was like, hell yeah, let's go. I just want to build. And I was like, oh my gosh, let's do this. So some people are easier than others, if we're being honest, right? But real talk, you say, hey, Michael, who are the top three people you know? Awesome. We already called one, right? We already called Valentina. Great. So there's one out of three. And now we're into your field training. Well, hey, who are 10 people you know? We get 10 and then we challenge them. Like you probably know more than, all right, we got 10. You probably know more than 10 people though. Like you only know 10. Can you get 15? So Jermaine got to like 38 and I was like, bro, I was like, nice. Well done. Numbers, phone. I was like, we got a couple days. Like we got at least 24 hours. I'm gonna challenge you to get 50 down. Get 50 people there. He was
Love
like,
it.
all right. And he didn't get to 50, but he got to like 47 or something like that. I was like, all right. So that kind of tells you something about them too. But the big thing I took away is start with bite-sized pieces and then challenge. One that also programs our people to get used to being challenged. Like Michael's challenge, all of us on Frontline, Michael's challenged you. I know he has challenged me. So I think that's part of it too, is kind of forming them in that way. But I would rather have me, I'm not going to own this. Levi told me, he's like, I would rather have a hot top 10 list than a list of three people because we said, let's talk to 100 people. And they're like, ooh. He's like, call 10 people, get 10 calls and then go back if you need to. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Because what's going to happen too is as you get success with the 1, 2, 3, that's why I was showing you guys call one of the top three in the first one to get them excited about building the list. Now, if they don't do it there, try to do it here. But I love what Todd said is that at least get three. So don't have them pull up the list. Pull up the jogger and let's say, hey, we're three people. Like, who's your best friend? Who's your mom? Who's your like whatever? Get to know a little bit about them. Hey, let's give them a shout. Let's invite them to your grand opening next week. We set the date.
One thing
You'll
I've
be
tried.
inviting to the grand opening or field training because now you've already established the time they want to do their grand opening. Yeah, I'm with your son Todd. Hey, how's it going? Great. Well, Todd and I actually, he just got licensed and we set up a grand opening for next Saturday at 10 a.m. Because he's so new, he wanted some help just learning how to do the invites. Are you available at that time or whatever? Boom. You know what I mean? Or Ethor, right?
One thing that I talked to Levi about is helping people if they're like, I don't know anyone. Essentially what this list is, guys, and it's honestly it's kind of trash because you can't read it on the thing, but it's identifying markets. That's one of the big things I took away from Maryland was we're in the business of identifying markets and expanding into markets. Like what market did you open this week with a person, right? So if you're having a hard time getting a list from people, or I would say phrasing it differently, helping them build a list, identify markets. Hey, who do you know? That's exactly what that sheet is. But sometimes I feel like it gets lost in the sauce because it's not super readable. And we're thinking about identifying individuals. But if Jerry asked me, like real quick, we're gonna take 1 minute. Jerry asked me, who do I know in different markets?
Todd, who do you know that's in real estate?
I know my friend Valentina. I also have this other gal my wife knows. She's in the neighborhood here. And I guess the person that sold me my house.
Okay. What about any other part of real estate like mortgage? Anybody does like car insurance, homeowners insurance?
No.
No. What about health insurance?
Mm-mm.
No, nobody does. What about do you do your own taxes or do you go to somebody?
No, we pay our tax guy. We have a tax guy.
Oh, you have a tax guy? Awesome. That's a great person to talk to. It's a great pipeline. Do you know any other tax people outside of the person you use?
I don't I don't think so. Just him. I mean, we see I talk to him like once a year, but
Got it. Do you attend church or do you go to any
yeah,
do you guys go to church? Yeah. Do you know a lot of people, I guess, in the church? Are you involved? How involved are you in the church?
yeah. I mean, we go every Sunday. We haven't had to scale back our coffee and donuts to every other week, but we do it. We're
Okay.
there. We're involved.
So who are some of the closest people that you're close to in church?
Sure, I would say the Schneibels, like we play board games with them all the time. They're like pseudo godparents to our kids. There's a whole bunch of people in our neighborhood.
And you
Like,
went to college, right?
yeah,
Were you part of any organizations or fraternal, like fraternity or any other organizations in college?
yep. I was in a fraternity and I was the president of the Student OT Association.
Oh, no kidding. So you must know a lot of fraternity guys then.
Yep,
That guys that you probably pledged with.
yep,
Oh, so those are your boys.
yep.
How many guys did you pledge with?
Six, five made it.
And I'm sure if they called you for help, you'd be like, I got you. Right. Cool. So we got six there that we should be able to call.
I'm running out of fingers, right? You guys get the idea? Like it's just it's markets. And that was kind of one of the I'll train on it. Alana and I are going to train tomorrow, but that was kind of like a big people have a hard time, at least in my experience. And I'm just spitballing. So Jerry, Michael, Isaac, everyone can correct me here. I'm learning, right? But I feel like I've had a hard time with like, oh, I can't call John because he stubbed his toe and he's it's Tuesday. He'll be putting ointment on it, so I can't bug him. Like, pull it out of the individual because all these people are going to have a story of why they can't. Put it in markets, just identify the people because as soon as I say, hey Jerry, do you know anyone? Do you know anyone that's into fitness? Like Jerry's
Yeah.
thinking people, like we're like Rolodexing the people who fit into those categories, and then we just jot the names down. Like Michael said, just put the first name down.
Well, and Todd, you could think about too, like all the different divisions we have, right? We have real estate, the military, the armed forces, like armed forces division, the religious, I'm losing the names, but we have all these different divisions, right? So if you just think about those divisions, like who do you know in those divisions? Because if you recruit, let's say a veteran, that's a great way to sell GFI. So, hey, we have an armed forces division. You're a veteran. When you come on board to GFI, we can plug you into the armed forces division where you're with a group of other veterans, and you can collaborate with that division about how to expand GFI throughout, the veteran organizations, some of the local ones in your area or some of the national organizations. But how cool would it be for you as a veteran to be part of that division? Or same thing with real estate. We have a real estate division. We have, so there's, like you're saying, to your point, the different markets that exist, we have different divisions. So think about who fits in those divisions, and then you can talk to them about joining GFI and then becoming a part of that specific division. And now they could be, an extension of that same division that already exists.
And then I just want to add like that list thing is a memory jogger. That's like what it's called, right? Because that's what it really does. It jogs your memory. It makes you think about people you haven't thought about in probably a couple years, right? Like I've had people where I said, "Oh, it's the person with the red hair or the person with this," and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know this one guy. I remember I used to work with this guy." So it is truly a memory jogger, right? Like if you actually go through the exercise with them, you're going to see that a lot of people are going to start remembering all these people that they forgot about or that they didn't know, right? Because, we can only remember pretty much the closest people to us, like right off the top of our head. But if you're trying to get a list of like 100 or 50, you got to jog their memory. And then the other thing, just so you guys know, to keep it as simple as possible, like Michael said, what's the main goal of onboarding one is for them to believe in what we do, to feel comfortable to share it with the closest people to them, and to become a client. That's it. Like, don't make it so complicated. Like, it's did you make them believe in what we do? Did you make them feel so comfortable with what we do that they can go talk to their close people to them, at least their top three? And did you make them believe in it enough that they want to become a client? Like, that's that simple, right? And then the onboarding too is, did you make them understand why they're supposed to give you a list, right? Like, if they understand why, the how is going to be easy, right? If they know that if they don't do this list, they're going to have to make 200 to 400 cold calls a day and spend $2,000 a month on leads, right? If they don't do this list, and like we do the restaurant example. If you opened up a restaurant, who would you invite? Oh, my friends and family. Like, it's right off the top of their head, right? Why would you invite them? Because I want them to try my food. You know what I mean? And if you had a grand opening, would you only want to have 10 people there, or how many people would you want to have? They're like, as many as possible. So guess what? That's why we're making your list, because you told me you want to have as many people as possible to your grand opening of your business. Does that make sense? So that's the simplest way I could put it, right? Is like, that's really the goal. And if you know how to express that and make them understand, this list is not for me. I'm not trying to like take your people. This is not going to do me no good without you. This is for you. And if you think about it, if you're opening a business and you had five people at your grand opening, how successful would your business be? If you had three people at your grand opening, if you had 10 people at your grand opening, how successful would it be? What if you had 300? How successful would it be? Well, guess what? That's the same thing we're doing here. Like, if you tell me you only know five people and you expect to have a successful business, you're delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to say that to them, but I'm trying to get this point across to you guys. That's how you should, that's how you're supposed to illustrate and make them understand that the reason we do a list is because you're brand new to a new industry. Nobody knows what the heck you're doing. If you had just opened up a restaurant and maybe you worked in tech your whole life and you just opened up a pizza shop, you're going to call all your friends and family and be like, hey, come to my pizza shop. I'll give you free pizza. Bring a friend. Why would you do that? Because you want them to eat your pizza and tell 15 people, right? And this is how you overcome the objection if somebody's negative, right? You say, oh, hey Todd, let's say you had your pizza restaurant and then your uncle Chip came by and said, this is the worst friggin' pizza I ever had. You should shut down your whole pizza place today. Are you going to do that, Todd? What is he going to say? Oh, heck
Probably
no,
not.
right? No, probably not. So that's how you kind of overcome that. Maybe if one of their friends or their family members is negative about the business, they're not going to shut down their whole business just because Uncle Chip said that this is horrible pizza, right? So yeah, so I just maybe add that as like, don't make it so complicated in your mind as far as like, I have to, do all this. No, you have to help them understand why we're doing what we're doing. You have to make them believe in what we're doing. And if you do that, everything else should be very simple. You know what I mean? They should want to become a client, right? Like, and then you could tell a story. Like, when I said I didn't believe in this business for the first 2 weeks, I was super skeptical. I was like, this is weird. And then we sat down with my mom and dad. And after the appointment, my mom and dad were like, wow, where was this 20 years ago when we needed it? Guess what? My mindset switched from like, this is weird to, oh my gosh, like my mom and dad like think this is good stuff. Like, all of a sudden my whole mindset shifted. So anyways, I just want to share that. But thank you, Michael. You did
Let's get
amazing.
those
Like,
two other examples, the baseball one and we can come back to this because I knew the first one I was more on point on. This one I knew that there was I actually was thinking about even like redoing the memory jogger just to add like easier, like it's like on there it's like, who do you know that is a police officer that does ballet or something, and it's like those are like 1982.
Yeah.
So
Some
uh,
some of those are
Michael,
way outdated.
since we're training, I want to ask an interview question. Michael, Jerry, Isaac.
yeah,
Someone is stalling out on the list. You pull up there, you're like, let's go. And they're like, One thing I've done is like, I don't solve the problem for them. I'm like, hey, you can buy leads or we can do this. Like, which you want to go? Um, you guys have had, I'm sure, a lot of experience with that. How do you overcome that? What's the move if they got 5 people on the list? And you've told them, right? Like, we've gone through that. We can go through that talk track, Isaac, of like, well, no one's coming to your grand opening, blah, 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 blah. And they're still like sitting there.
Yeah, I
Because I
mean,
think
I would
that
say,
happened. Like, you guys come off mute, like, get like, I'm here because that, by the way, that's all Levi's doing. He's like, leads are great. He's like, my team doesn't do leads. I'm not that he's against it, but he's like, we're just freaking killing it. I was like, okay.
yeah, I mean, if you run the system properly, like you will never need a lead, right? But most people don't run the system properly. The big builders do. In that case, I would just say, well, talk to those 5 people, or you're gonna have those people. You know what I mean? You're gonna have the people that are not gonna give a list, right? So our job is not to try to squeeze blood out of a turnip. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Our job is to find something you could squeeze out of, right? So I would say you love them, you hug them, you go see those 5 people, and then maybe hopefully after those 5 people, they see the value and then they open up their list for you. You know what I mean? But I say if they give you 5 people, go see 5 people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Go see
Mhm.
those 5 people, and then either they opened up the list or some people just don't, right? Then you say you got to do leads. But if you're recruiting 10 people a month, the numbers say only 2 of those are going to actually go through the system, right? So I'll just leave it at that. Like
Mhm.
that's why Michael is always like 10 a month, 10 a month. That's why we always say 10 a month, 10 a month. Because if you only do 3 or 4 or 1 or 2, that one person that only has 5 people, you're gonna have to try to build your business with that one person that has 5 people, right?
Right.
Whereas if you recruited 15 like Mark, and then 3 of them give you 100 people, and then the rest of the other 12 give you 5, well, you just focus on those 3 that gave you the 100 people and you run with those people.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of what I don't know if you want to add something to that, Michael, but that's what I would say.
no, you're right. I mean, that's dead on. I mean, not like a few people are going to do a lot of people are going to do a little, and you're just kind of trying to always try to get the 2 or 3 or 1 person to do it. It's just not going to work. But let's go back to the drawing board and like tighten that second one up though. And I'm cool with that. I think you guys get the big picture on it. It's still good to go today, tomorrow. It's good to go. I'll do the memory jogger. We'll do the baseball, the restaurant example. I think that'll make it 10 times better. But I agree 100% with what Todd said. And I was going to kind of go into that as well. It's like getting me asking for the top 3 in the first appointment, the orientation one is getting the temperature on them. If they don't do it, I'm going to do it in the second one. But I'm only going to maybe get, let's say, hey, who are the top 10 people, you know? Maybe let's just make it a top 10. But if they feel good and we show them results on them, obviously they're going to want to fill out way more. So maybe that should be our kind of our first. And I agree with Levi and what you guys said. I've been doing this for a long time. 10's way easier, but when they have results, they're going to want to put everybody on the list.
Yeah.
So I love all the feedback. Thank you guys for all the help, all the collaboration. I see us getting so much. You guys are the leader, the front line here. Like I see us getting better and better every month. Like we really are. I'm excited about that. I'm excited for all of you. And you know, when we can really hone in running a tight business doesn't mean you're running a perfect business. It's never going to be perfect, guys. But you know what's going to beat everything is volume. People like, Michael, how did you go from EMB to 2 more promotions in 12 months? Because we recruited 762 people. The odds were in our favor because we had such a big volume that like if we missed the mark, you know, it was so much easier to hit the mark with the volume. But we can build, and also want to say too, is that we've heard the expression, you're 1 recruit away from explosion, which is so true. Like somebody recruited me, we've recruited 30,000 people. Right? So you guys are that close. I want to put the odds in your favor that those people are going to come and stay and have a good experience. That's my goal here, is that you guys are going to have a good experience. They're going to share a good experience with you, and that's going to lead to something so much bigger than you can imagine. But we got to be doing the work. We have to be confident. We'll tweak that up and we'll make it better for Thursday. Thank you guys for your help and support. Mark, thank you for recording. We'll probably hold the first one and we can redo the second one. That doesn't matter. I love the feedback because this is good feedback for us to be able to go back to. And then I'll redo the memory jogger. I think we'll make it a little simpler, top of mind. And then Isaac, if we could do the baseball, restaurant, and even 4 wheels on the car, because Jerry said it earlier, we didn't know their schedule, what they're expected to do. I think those 3 things are perfect to have on here.
Agree, 100%.
I think I have a Pinnacle playbook. We can upload them into ChatGPT and ask them to match this presentation.
Yeah, I have the 4 wheels that Mario did a training on it back in 2024. I have that one that we can use, and then we would definitely need that playbook or something for the restaurant and the baseball example. But yeah, for sure. I think those are the best way, and that's very duplicatable because everybody can tell a little story about a restaurant and how baseball works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's super simple, like a single, a double, a triple, and a home run,
I think I sent you the Pinnacle playbook too, so we can chat GPT those pictures.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I got it in here somewhere too, but
I just
yeah, I'll work on that.
Awesome, guys. Hey, thank you guys for your time. Was this productive? Does everybody feel like you got a little bit out of it? Because guess what? We're going to be doing this over and over and over and over and over again. So I appreciate you all, though. You guys are the top of the heap. So if you are going to go on our trip to Nashville, please RSVP as soon as possible, because the limit is 20 people, and I have 30 people asking to go, 40 people asking to go. So if you're not going to go, let me know. If you are going, let me know as soon as possible, because I got to fill the spots ASAP. And then for our West Coast team, I know that includes Bambi left, but Suzanne will be there. I'll be sending that out here probably tonight or tomorrow for the West Coast. That's at the end of August. Mark will be there. Mark, I'd love you to come to Nashville, I think, too, but that's up to you. I'll send it to you. See which one works better for you. So RSVP, don't get a rental car. If you like, we'll have transportation. We'll have limited parking. So, but make sure you RSVP as soon as you can, guys. All right. It's invitation only. So that's why everybody's not going to be there. But you guys are the ones we believe in. We want to help move you fast to the end of the to EMD this year. So thank you all. If you haven't got an invite yet, it's because you're on the West Coast and I haven't done those yet. So all right, guys, have a great night. God bless. Thank you all. Thank you for recording, Mark. Thank you for everybody.
Thank you, Michael.
See you guys.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you,
Thanks so
buddy.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.